Here's something that might surprise you. Religious scholars predict that by 2050, the number of single adults will surpass married couples for the first time in human history. But what if that's not actually a crisis, but exactly how it's meant to be?
That's such an unexpected perspective, especially given how society tends to view singleness.
Well, what's fascinating is that ancient religious texts actually present singleness as humanity's ultimate destiny. The passage we're exploring today describes it as the wave of the future, suggesting that after the resurrection, everyone will be like the angels, neither marrying nor being given in marriage.
That's really turning conventional wisdom on its head. How does this text explain the spiritual significance of being single?
You know, it's really interesting. It uses this concept of AD extra and AD intra to describe a unique kind of divine relationship. Think of it like this. Just as married couples become one flesh, single individuals experience a similar unity with God through what's called agape love. That's the Greek term for self-sacrificial love.
That's fascinating. So it's presenting an entirely different model of fulfillment?
Exactly. And here's what's really compelling. Historical records show that early Christian communities actually had significant numbers of single members who were considered essential to the community's spiritual well-being. They weren't seen as incomplete or waiting for marriage. They were viewed as living prophetically.
Well, that's quite different from today's perspective, where being single is often seen as a temporary state.
Right, and get this. The text explicitly states that singleness isn't a curse or something creepy, terms that unfortunately still get thrown around today. Studies show that single adults often face up to 15% higher rates of social stigma compared to their married counterparts.
You know what's interesting about that? Modern psychology is just catching up to these ancient insights about the benefits of chosen singleness.
Absolutely, and here's another layer. The text connects this vocation to practical service in the community. It references the Apostle Peter healing someone, suggesting that this lifestyle isn't about withdrawal, but about unique forms of engagement with society.
That reminds me of recent studies showing how single adults often contribute more hours to community service and caring for elderly relatives than their married peers.
And what's particularly relevant for our current moment is how the text describes single individuals as reinforcing family structures, similar to how angels are seen as protectors. It's not about being outside the family system, but about strengthening it in unique ways.
It's such a powerful reframing of the role single people play in community life.
Well, consider this. Recent sociological studies indicate that single adults often serve as crucial support networks for both their immediate and extended families, providing everything from emotional support to practical assistance.
So it's really about expanding our understanding of what constitutes a meaningful life, isn't it?
Exactly. And here's what I think brings it all together. The text presents singleness as a complete and valid way of being human, one that offers unique opportunities for spiritual growth and community service. It's not about what's missing, but about what's uniquely present.
That perspective seems especially relevant now when traditional patterns of marriage and family are evolving so rapidly.
You know what's really striking? The text suggests that this understanding could revolutionize how we structure our communities and support systems. Recent data shows that cities with more inclusive community structures report higher levels of life satisfaction among both single and married residents.
That really speaks to the universal implications of these insights, doesn't it?
Indeed, and as we look toward the future, these ancient insights might just help us build more inclusive and supportive communities for everyone, regardless of their relationship status.